last 5 years, the industry has really taken off, yet the number of black and brown people getting licenses hasn't changed. It's still less than 1% of the whole industry. Is that right?
Absolutely. And it's just, it really breaks my heart in the sense that, I thought LA would be the model for social equity, and I've seen it turn into just a shit show. Honestly, it's horrible.
Right. In what way? Go ahead, explain what do you mean?
We just went through our second phase of licensing for social equity applicants. Okay, so in the last month and a half, they started issuing licensing, and it's all going to either Armenians or Russians or people other than the black and brown folks that have been targeted by the war on drugs. Right. And this is why social equity was created, the social equity plan.
Right.
So now we're watching what we thought was going to be a great opportunity for generational wealth for those communities turn into just an opportunity for investors, white investors, again. Right. So
come in and buy a name.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So they're using straw applicants, folks that really don't care about ownership, that will take $5,000 a month and then sell their license out in 3 years.
Right, right. What do we got to do to turn this around, Bo?
Well, I think, Montel, we need your assistance. As an influencer, again, you're someone that can bring this to light. I don't think a lot of people even know that we have these social equity plans.
Right.
I mean, how many really know? I've had these, I know Snoop just spoke on it at the Revolt convention the other day. But my thing is that, again, if you know this, then why aren't you doing something about it?
Right.
Again, it's one thing to say, oh, yeah, I think that, minorities or people of color should have ownership. And it's another thing doing something about it.
Right.
Standing up and being that influencer. I fought long and hard, the last 4 you were right there with me. So
Been in this battle for 20 years. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Right. So what do we do? I mean, when you see corruption like this, because again, there's no way that these licenses would have been issued to these folks, that are these predatory investors, unless there were politicians or different, powers that be assisting them.
Sure, absolutely.
I don't want to point fingers, but we know that's true.
Correct. But I mean, how do we get, and again, how do we change the sensibility of the community itself? I mean, there's a lot of African Americans who say that they want to be in the business, but then when it comes time to get in the business, either they want somebody to give them something, which means that they're willing to sell off a little piece of themselves for someone else's application. How do we get people to understand that this is a viable career path?
Well, what we've done here in LA is a lot of us that have